Months before the 2004 NFL Draft, Eli Manning knew he was going to be the #1 overall pick. The problem was he didn't want to play for the team that held said pick, the San Diego Chargers.
Why don't you want to play for the Chargers?
We're not really giving details right now. We've made our decision, and that's what we're sticking to.
During his career, Manning never addressed why he refused to play for the team. In 2013, when asked by the media the reason he didn't want to go to San Diego, he said, quote, "I forgot." But now that his career's over, we've learned a lot more about Eli's refusal to go to the Chargers, including a secret phone call his father made that solidified his decision not to play there. Rookie quarterbacks really have no leverage when it comes to which team drafts them, but Eli was in a unique situation. His older brother Peyton was already a star QB in the league, and his dad Archie was a Hall of Fame quarterback. The Chargers had tried to find their franchise quarterback in previous drafts. Just a few years prior, in 1998, they drafted Ryan Leaf 2nd overall, and in 2001, they drafted Drew Brees in the 2nd round. So yeah, like every 3 years, the Chargers were drafting a new quarterback. Drafting a new quarterback that often made the organization seem extremely unstable, and this was the first thing that gave Eli doubts about playing in San Diego. Next came an important phone call made by Eli's dad. During the pre-draft process, Archie Manning called Ryan Leaf's father. Leaf, who was drafted 1 pick after Peyton in 1998, was supposed to be San Diego's franchise QB. Ryan's poor behavior plus off-the-field controversies led to his downfall, and the Chargers released him in 2001. Archie asked Leaf's father how the organization treated his son. Did they try to support him during his struggles? He confessed the Chargers really didn't do anything to help his son. So that just added to the list of reasons why Manning was uncomfortable with the Chargers organization. San Diego brought Eli in for a workout before the draft. He tried to tell him privately, "Please don't draft me," but it got leaked to the media that Manning didn't want to go there.
Gladly playing in San Diego.
He's trying not to smile.
So the Chargers knew Eli didn't want to play for them, but weren't going to trade him unless they got a trade package they thought was fair. San Diego was willing to draft Eli despite the risk of him not suiting up for them.
If the Chargers call your name when I talk to you after the pick, will you be wearing a Chargers hat?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
The Giants held the 4th overall pick in the draft and absolutely loved Manning, but they didn't think they would be able to pull off a trade for him. So the night before the draft, New York informed another quarterback in the class, Ben Roethlisberger, that they would be selecting him. Draft night arrived, and San Diego didn't have a trade offer they liked for the #1 overall pick. Despite Archie Manning publicly saying he wouldn't be happy if the Chargers selected his son, San Diego went ahead and drafted Eli Manning 1st overall. It was pretty awkward to say the least.
He's getting booed all over the country.
Well, that's what's happened with this scenario here, and that's why Archie hastens.
We hope that another team will trade, me to another team for picks, or I don't know how this all works. It's kind of a new territory for me, so.
No trade happens, then what?
Obviously we've talked about this, and we've told the Chargers how we feel and what will happen if they draft me.
3 picks later, the Giants were on the clock with the 4th overall selection. With only 4 minutes remaining to make their pick, they hadn't even spoke with the Chargers about a trade. Then, with 3 minutes left, San Diego's GM, AJ Smith, called Giants GM Ernie Accorsi to make a deal. But with seconds left on the clock, the Giants had to submit their pick, even though they didn't have a deal done with the Chargers yet. So despite Ben Roethlisberger being their QB2 in the draft, New York selected Philip Rivers because they knew San Diego preferred him over Ben.
Well, I hadn't gotten a call yet from anybody. I'm just excited, as of right now, to be a Giant.
After the Giants drafted Rivers, the Chargers agreed to send Eli Manning to New York for a 1st-round pick plus a 3rd-round pick in the 2005 draft, a 3rd-round pick in that current draft, and of course, Philip Rivers. Eli was doing the draft media circuit as a San Diego Charger when a kid came running through the door yelling, "Manning has been traded to New York." That's how we found out he was headed to New York, and the rest is history.